Seasonal skincare trends say new season, new routine. I say keep what works and tweak what doesn't. Today I'll walk you through my real-life spring skincare routine. Acne, allergies, aging, all included. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Anne, a medical doctor here to teach you how to best take care of your skin and general well-being. Before we get into my actual routine, let me quickly summarize what I'm working with here. I live in southern Germany, where the weather in spring means moderate temperatures, quite a bit of rain and quite a bit of wind. My skin has changed quite a bit over the last 2 years, going from slightly oily and acne-prone to combinations with sometimes dry patches, but still acne-prone. I really don't think that acne thing will change anytime soon. I suffer from seasonal allergies, so around this time of the year, puffy eyes and the constant need to blow my nose come on top. And I am 46 now, so fighting hyperpigmentation, fine lines, deep wrinkles, and skin sagging is basically a thing year-round. Now, you really do not need to change your routine based on the calendar or proclamations on the internet. If the same routine works for you year-round, stick with it. If you've been following my routines for a while, you notice that I only have a few seasonal tweaks that I do, not a whole new routine. That would probably throw my skin off completely. But without further ado, here is my morning skincare routine. I start the day using my Zip Halo, not every day, but usually 5 times a week, and doing the short 4-minute program combining micro and nanocurrent. The gliding motion helps with lymphatic drainage and is really appreciated to combat the puffiness. There's also a temporary lifting effect I really appreciate, as it helps me look more awake. To get off the gel again, I use a hydrating cleanser, currently the Inkey Hyaluronic Cleanser. If I hadn't used the Zip, I would probably just use water and a washcloth to freshen up, but that doesn't really feel enough with the gel on my face. After cleansing, it is time for an antioxidant. I am currently testing the By Nacht Illuminating Vitamin C Serum, which contains a vitamin C derivative. The brand tells you to use it at night, but for me, vitamin C is a morning thing, and there isn't anything in the formula that would make it unsuitable for morning use, so I put it here. I'm still in the testing period, so I can't give you my opinion quite yet, but chances are high that after that I will go back to my Geek & Gorgeous Sea Glow Serum, which has been featured here many times and is still my favorite and more affordable. As constantly blowing my nose paired with tretinoin at night and the constant wind can leave my skin a little irritated, I will follow up with something soothing but lightweight. Currently, that is the Balea Beauty Expert Calming Toner with ceramides. Again, something I am in the process of testing out. For the eyes, it is my trusted The Inkey List Caffeine Eye Serum, which I am almost out of. I love it for bringing down puffiness around the eyes. And as last step, of course, sunscreen, one of the lovely and hydrating formulas from Korea. The Misha All-Around Safe Block Aqua Sun SPF 50, that is new to me, but that so far I really love. 3 times a week I use Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant, even before using my vitamin C, to keep my pores unclogged and prevent breakouts. At night I use the Geek & Gorgeous Mighty Melt Cleansing Balm to take off my makeup and then take 10 minutes to relax with my LED mask, the Current Body Series 2. Again, not every night, but around 3 to 5 times a week at least. I would love telling you that during this time I meditate or do something similarly mindful and healthy, but I usually just scroll my phone aimlessly. And after that I carry on with my routine that changes depending on if it is a tretinoin night or not. On non-tretinoin nights I first use the Medik8 Liquid Peptides Advanced Wrinkle Reduction Serum. I don't use it first because of the peptides, but because it contains growth factors that are supposed to grow on clean skin. I did a video on growth factors a few weeks ago and still stand by what I said there. I don't actively seek them out, but as I was testing that anyway, it for now has taken the place of my Niaid Copper Peptides. After that did sink in, I used the Real Barrier Extreme Essence for hydration and soothing. Medik8 isn't really hydrating, so that extra layer with additional ceramides helps keep my skin soft. As I have just run out of my usual eye cream, the Murad Retinol Youth Renewal one, I am using up the Banish Instant Lift Brightening Eye Cream. It has a lovely texture, rich without being greasy, much appreciated now when my eyes' tendency to get watery out of nowhere can leave the skin around them a little delicate. Last step is the Dr. G Red Blemish Clear Soothing Cream, which is, contrary to what the name would make you suspect, not really something with blemish-fighting actives, but instead a very hydrating formula with soothing panthenol and Centella asiatica extract that, at least that is what I tell myself, helps keep the overall redness in my skin down. On tretinoin nights I use the Inkey List Ectoin Hydro Barrier Serum first. Ectoine is a film former that seems to be beneficial in eczema-prone skin and helps protect the skin barrier from irritation. I have already written my review and, spoiler, really think it helps in the long run, even though I wasn't too impressed in the beginning. After that, it is again the Real Barrier Extreme Essence for hydration and additional soothing, again the Banish Eye Cream, and then a richer moisturizer to act as buffer between my skin and the tretinoin. That will be the last step. The Murad Daily Defense Colloidal Oatmeal Cream. It is much richer than anything I would have used 3 years ago, but with the changes in my skin now feels perfect and protective and hasn't caused any issues in the form of breakouts for me. Last step after that did absorb is my prescription tretinoin. No, you absolutely don't need prescription if fighting the signs of aging is your main concern. I use it because of my acne, and trust me, it isn't always fun. When the allergies right now flare up and I spend the day outdoors when it is very windy, it can easily happen that with the tret, the skin around my nose and mouth turns into a flaky mess that makes any makeup put on top look awful. If that happens, I reach for probably the least cosmetically elegant item in my stash, a huge tube of Linola Fett Cream, roughly translated to fat cream. It is a water in oil emulsion with 60% fat. Not suitable for vegans as it has lanolin, and not suitable if you have plans as it turns you into a grease ball, but oh so good against dry patches. And that sums up my spring skincare routine. Please do share yours.